Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. I've just been having fun painting and I thought I'd do another one. And this time I'm going to paint a person walking. So I've got a few paints on the palettes, all sorts on there really. And I'm going to be quite loose with this. Just try and give you some tips on painting people in your pictures, because to make a painting a bit more lively, it makes a difference when you've got people in it. Just get this blue, some ultramarine blue and some titanium white. More blue at this top bit. Okay. And then I've got this person. So what I tend to think of is the major shapes when I'm painting people. Like I can say there's a shape sort of a rounded shape, and then the coat is quite flattish. Something like that really, and then the arm. So we put in the block of shape, and then put in a bit dark. I use a smaller brush. This brush isn't the best for it's actually one of the worst for detail really. Sometimes I make myself use this brush to do paintings because of it being a bit funny, and then it can come out really good because you get kind of a loose look to it, but when you're trying to be controlled it could be quite funny. So I get a little bit of black for the leg. So I did do quite a bit of life drawing, and I have to admit I found it really difficult, but it does make you a lot better. I did notice I started improving, because when I first started life drawing I really struggled, and everyone was doing amazing paintings and mine looked really awful in comparison. And there's a couple of times I remember sitting there thinking, oh, I'm not quite out for this. I'll go back to landscapes, and but no, I kept going. So it's got a head's about there, and the hair. There's a glove there. There's a bag. You can see a bag there. There's grass here, so you can't quite see what's there. So that's probably what I can do with this brush, and then I tend to go for the smaller brush and try and pull out some lights. But yeah, when I was doing the life drawing, and I just felt really out of my depth, and people would be there doing it so much easier than what I could, but eventually, after going and going and going and pushing myself, I started to notice I was getting some of the scale right. Some of the sizes started to look right. Just get some of this light, kind of a little bit too light, but it doesn't matter too much. Some of the more, that's probably more correct. And the arm comes down, yeah, and I did feel like giving up a few times when I was painting, and I was like, ugh. And then I started going in with drawing material after I realised you're better off doing it like that for, well, it was better off for me at that point anyway to do it like that. Just trying to capture some of these lights. I think one thing that I did notice as well when I was looking at other people when they were drawing, they were taking their time a lot more than what I was. I was like desperate to get things done and down quick, and it's probably not always the best way. I've got a little bit of lavender colour, I might just use it for the darker areas. The greyish. The collar there. Probably needs to be more blue, really. Quick change of plan. Get some more paint. I mean, it looks alright. It's just, I think, a bit more the ultramarine blue. And that collar as well. Down here. Yeah, and I just started to notice that they were really taking their time and not rushing to things. And some of them have been doing it a long time, so you have to give yourself that time as well. And don't worry if other people are doing really well, because that doesn't matter as well. Because you're not racing against anybody else, you're just painting for you. So forget about everybody else and just focus on getting better yourself. That's what I did. Tried to anyway. It's easy said though, because when you look at other people's paintings and you see how amazing they're doing, you think, ugh. Damn. I kind of tried to use it as a way of telling myself I need to get better, so got to practice more. So I need to get this face. You can just about see a face there. see that the hair sort of goes like there. But these are the kind of people that I would put in paintings that are not too much detail needed. There's a bit of light on that bag there, and there's a little bit there as well. I think that bag goes up a little bit further though. It goes up to about there, I think. Something like that, and then there's some light on the top of the head. A little bit more dark there. And the scarf pops out a bit more than what I've done. So the scarf sort of pops there, and then it sort of goes down there as well. And I can use a bit of white just to make that obvious there. And then it sort of goes under there, like that. Something like that. And yeah, like I said, there's a grassy bit in front. But practicing people like this, simple kind of practice, it really helps, and you'll start learning what detail you need and what you don't need, because I think that's the biggest trick is working that one out, because you'll find there's a lot of detail you put in you don't really need, and you can still make it look like there's somebody walking through your painting without doing too much. Because sometimes if you're not doing a detailed portrait, you might only need a little hint. There's somebody in your painting walking through. And if you look at a lot of the master painters, they don't tend to do too much with their people. It's a bit darker there. A bit more blue there. Yeah, when they're doing like these, you get loads of people everywhere in the painting. They don't tend to do too much detail. They do probably about as much detail as this. Maybe they do a little bit better job than me, but so just softening that line there. Anyway, I think I'll call that one anyway, that character, as a done one. I might do another one, someone here, if I can find a picture. Okay, let's paint somebody else in here, walking the other way. So, same idea as before, you get your basic shape the body first. So the body is sort of like this. Just looking at the clothes. See, I used to think that you need to know the anatomy of a person to be able to paint them, and although I'm not 100% sure on that anymore, because you could just paint the person with the clothes on, just paint what you see. But I can see why it's a good idea to learn the anatomy, because I found when I started doing life drawing and improving on anatomy, I did notice the improvement of the made up people that I would do. So if I was going to make somebody up, they would look a lot better. And that's about the shape of that part. The hair, she's got her head down. I'm not sure why. You can start people watching when you when you go out there. You can make stories about why people are holding their body in certain ways. Maybe she went for a job interview, or who knows. She was looking down at the ground. She's got dark legs as well. So what you want to do is do like a page of these, do a sketchbook even of these for practice. And then you'll soon be putting people in your paintings, no problem. There's the shoes. I think we've got that shape quite nice actually. You can see a bit of a dark bit that goes like that. And we've got her elbows. She's walking with her arms crossed as well. Yeah, when I was taking pictures of people, I might have got that elbow a little bit too high actually. Anyway, we'll improve it. Yeah, when I was taking pictures of people, I was sat the other end of the area, and and I had a zoom lens on, so people couldn't see me. So I was sneaking my photos, and which worked out pretty good for me, because I don't know if you've ever tried doing street photography. I was doing it and I was not getting very nice looks, so I decided to be a bit more covert when I was getting pictures for paintings. You should see a hand like poking out there, and then another hand sort of there. She's got a bit of skin showing on there as well. To get her head. Just getting a little bit of light, just to get some of the areas in. Just soften that a little bit. We need to go a bit darker. You can sort of see her shape a bit better now, the way she's walking, and get that character in. And then you can always add more and more detail. I'm trying not to go too crazy with detail at the moment, because I just want to work on people that are gonna be in the painting, but I don't want to be spending hours on them. Yeah, I think that's not bad actually. Just need to get that shape in there. A little bit in there. That collar and that shape there. Keep her arms Keep that dark there. Bit of a pocket there. Bit of light on that boot there. More light on that part. But yeah, like I said, you don't want to do too much detail. I want to just make it look alright. I'm always tempted to do more though. Always. I always think, if I just do like a little bit more on the nose there, and a little bit there, a little bit on the chin there, and then maybe I could just put a little bit of dark, tiny little dark dot where the eye is. Anyway, we're doing a bit too much detail there. I want to keep it loose still. A little bit of light on the hair. That's the only other thing that needs doing. And then a little bit of a sort of a bluey light on that part there. Something like that. That's just about enough. I think there's just about enough detail. Maybe the hands need a bit more warmth to them. Bit more warmth to the skin, maybe. There we go. We'll leave it at that because I'm starting to go into too much detail. Yeah, just an idea of how you can put in people into your paintings. Start adding, see these little bits of highlights and stuff. It's just amazing, isn't it? I absolutely love doing highlights. It just changes the whole thing. It just makes it so much nicer. I kind of bodged up this shoe, but if there was a background, I would use the background colour to improve it. But I just have to do that. Yeah, there she goes, walking away. Who knows where she's going? where she's been. Anyway, there's a couple of people. So, just shows you how you can put some simple people into your paintings and just add a little bit of life in there. Take some photos and use them for reference, and then you can start populating places. But just remember, if you're doing like a country scene, try and put farmers in there, and then it won't look quite out of place. You want to think about the people that would live there. And then if you want it to be winter, like, I mean, she's probably cold actually, but she's ready for winter, isn't she? Where if you put her in a beach scene, it's going to make the place look cold. So something else to think about. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this one, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.